Hi. So up to this point, we have completed our list and string. So the next most popular data type is the tuple. And tuple and list are almost similar to each other, but they have little bit difference between the tuple and list. And that difference is the most popular difference because in most of the interview they are directly going to ask what is the difference between the list and tuple. It is the most famous question in the Python. So we will see in this particular video only like what is the difference between the tuple and list. So before going to start this video, please like and subscribe my channel. Yeah, so let's start. So we will start with the basic definition like what is the tuple. So here only you can see tuple is the data type which is used to store the different types of data object as per our requirement. And this is the definition same as it is like a list only, because for list also we have the same definition like list is the data type which is used to store the different types of data object as per our requirement. So the definition is the same only, but in the property only you will find the difference. So here tuple having the 5 mandatory properties just like list only, but that property is little bit different as compared to the list. So the first property, insertion order should be preserved, correct only, because the same property we have for list also. Then second, we have duplicates are allowed, again same because list also allowed the duplicates. Then heterogeneous, then this property is also supported by the list and supported by the tuple also, but the only difference is immutable in a nature, but list is a mutable in the nature. So keep in mind, this is the most commonly asked interview question. What is the difference between the list and tuple? So keep in mind, list is the mutable in the nature and the tuple is the immutable in the nature. Again, I'm repeating what is the meaning of the immutable and mutable. So again, see, tuple is the immutable in nature. It means once we have created the tuple, we cannot modify the tuple. But in case of the list, list is the mutable in a nature. It means once we create the list, we can modify or update the value of the list at any time or any place. So this is the most commonly difference between the tuple and list. And there is a one more difference, like all the item of the tuple must be enclosed in the round bracket. If you remember the list, in list all the items of the list are going to be enclosed in the square bracket. So this is the difference between the tuple and list. And one more point you can add, as I told you, list is the mutable in a nature and tuple is a immutable in a nature. So because of this only, tuple is fast as compared to the list. So you can add this point also in the interview, like tuple is the immutable in nature as well as tuple is a faster as compared to the list. So might be interviewer ask you why it is a faster as compared to the list. So you can say like that the list is the mutable in the nature, so we can update and modify the value of the list at any point in the program. So because of that only, the value or item assigned to list, it is going to be considered at the time of execution only. But in case of the tuple, it is a fixed or it is a static, or you can say it is defined at the starting point only, where when we are declaring that values or item in that particular tuple. So because of that only, it is fast as compared to the list. So I hope you are getting what is the tuple. So again, I'm repeating, tuple is the data type which is used to store the different types of data object as per our requirement. And tuple having 5 mandatory properties such as insertion order should be preserved. And what is the meaning of this insertion order should be preserved? It means if you are entering any value in any sequence in or any order, it will print in that order only. It is not going to change the order of the item. And the second, duplicates are allowed. By the name only you can get to know what I'm trying to say. Then heterogeneous item is also allowed. Then immutable in nature, and all item of tuple must be enclosed inside the round bracket. Then here, there are 5 possible way to create the tuple. So if you remember, in list also we have a 5 different possible way to create the list. So the same thing in a tuple also we have a different uh, possible ways to create the tuple, such as empty tuple. So only the difference, in place of round bracket in the list we are using the square bracket. That's it only. Then then the second type, when we know the element of tuple in advance, then we can create like this. And one more thing, this tuple is the variable. You can give any name here. Then with the help of the evolve function, when we want to take the element of the tuple from the user or keyboard, at that time we can use the evolve function. And here is a one twist, like 10 comma, like whenever we want to store the single item in the tuple, then we have to write like this. If you remember, in the list, if we want to store any single item, then we have to directly keep that item. No need to mention any comma. But in the tuple, if you want to store any single value, at that time you have to use the comma. This is the syntax. And the last one is similar to the list only, like we can convert any sequence into the tuple with the help of this tuple keyword. So this is a fixed keyword. There are two ways to access the element of tuple, such as index and slice operator. Again, similar to the list only. And one more thing, why I'm always going to compare the tuple with the list only, because we have already seen what is the list and we have solved different problems related to the list. So because of that only, I'm comparing the tuple with the list, so you will get more clarity. And one more thing, this tuple and list, so based on your requirement, you can use in future, either you can go for the tuple or list based on your requirement. So because of that only, I'm comparing tuple and list side by side. So again, we have a two way to access the element of the tuple, such as an index operator and slice operator. It will exactly work like a list only. If you want, I will show you. One second. For example, I'm creating one tuple. Here I'm taking one variable. Then again, as I told you, for tuple we required a round bracket, then 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5, like this. And for example, I want to access the 3. So as we know, our index always start from the 0. So 0 1 2, it means 3 present at 2. So let me show you how we can access with the help of the index operator. So how we can use the index? So for that we need to specify the tuple variable name. So in my case it is a t only. Then inside the square bracket, see, here we are going to use the square bracket only. So as I told you, I want to access the 3. So 3 present at second position. Let me run. See, it's 23. So it is exactly same as accessing the list element with the help of the index operator, and the same thing we are doing in the tuple also. So the next things, we have a slice operator. So the exactly same. For example, I want to access from 0 to 4. So 0 1 2 3. So 4. So it will access from 0 1 2 3. Let me run. See, 0 1 2 3. It means it's accessing 4 elements. So this is how you can use the slice operator. I'm not going to explain that much in depth, because we have already know how we can use the index operator, how we can use the slice operator. In the list only we have seen. So the same things we are doing in the tuple also. Then again, tuple having the 5 inbuilt function, such as uh, equal, double equals to, then which is called comparison operator, then length, then max, then mean, then sequence. So like list, we can use this function in a tuple also. For example, if I want to check the length of my tuple, so what I can do, simply print, then print. Then we know we have a length function which is supported by string, list, tuple, set. all. So in this particular case, I'm going to check for the tuple. Let me run. See, 5 only. And if you want to find the max one, you can simply type max. Let me run. See, 5 only. Let me add one more, like 19. Then let me run. See, 19. If you want to find the mean, then same, like let me run and show you. See, 1. And what we have, like we can convert any sequence into the tuple. So let me show how we can do. For example, in place of tuple, I have a list. One second. So this is become list. So let me show you what is the proof, like whether it is a list or not. So what you can do, print. Then we have a type function. Then in the type, we need to type t. And let me remove this one. See, the type of t is the list only. It means this is the list only. And from this list, if I want to convert all any tuple, so let's see how we can do. So I'm taking one variable. I'm taking one variable a equals to tuple. Then I want to pass this sequence. And then if I print the type of a, so it will print tuple. One second, we have did one mistake. It should be tuple like that. See, class tuple. So this is how we can convert any sequence or any collection into the tuple. So with the help of this tuple keyword, we can convert. So I hope you are getting these things. We no need to explain much more. Tuple having the 4 inbuilt method. But if you remember, in case of the list, we have a 10 different inbuilt method. But in case of the tuple, we have only 4 inbuilt method, which is count, index, slicing, and sorted. So with the help of the count, you can find the count of the element. So if you want, let me show you. So you will get clear idea. First of all, let me convert this one as a tuple only. And let me remove these things. And for example, I have some repeated value. And I want to check the count. T dot count. Count of 4. Let me run. It's printing 4 because if you count 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me check for the 2. It is printing 2 because this one and 2. So this is how you can use the count, just like list only. So count, then index also you can use, like if you want to use to check the index of the element. For example, index of 2. Let me run. Say index of 2 is printing this one. Slice operator we have already seen, but let me show you once again, like how we can reverse the tuple with the help of the slice operator. So for example, just like list only, here we need to specify the variable name in or tuple name in which we are storing the our item, then then this scope resolution -1. Let me run. See, this is how we can reverse, like this 1 2 3 4 5, it's printing here 1 2 3 4 5 like that, like this. Then we have one more which is sorted. If you want to sort your list at that time, you can use the sorted. So let me show you how you can sort either in the ascending or descending order. So for that we have a sorted method, and here you need to specify the tuple name. So in my case it's a T. Let me run. See, it is sorted in ascending order. If you want, you can sort in the descending order also. By default, it is going to be sort in the ascending order. But if you want to sort in the descending order, so you have to you have to do reverse equals to true. Reverse equals to true. Let me run. One second. See, it is sorted in the descending order. So this is how you can use the sorted function. So the next point is slice operator. As I told you, slice operator supported by the tuple, just like supported by the list also. And we know how we can use the slice operator, so I'm not going to explain again. Then index operator also I have already explained you. Yeah, this one. Tuple support two types of operators such as arithmetic operator and membership operator, just like list only. And inside the arithmetic operator, again, it is going to be support concatenation operator and repetition operator. And same for membership operator, which is also supported by the list. It is again going to support the for tuple also, and this in tuple, it is same going to perform the same, and it is going to be perform the same thing. Under this, it will support in and not in operator. So if you have seen my previous regarding the list, so you will get to know clear idea like what I'm trying to say. So let me show how we can use the concatenation operator in the tuple. Let me copy this two line. So we have tuple 1 and tuple 2, and if you want to combine this tuple 1 and tuple 2, we can use the plus operator, which is concatenation operator. Let me run and show you. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is how we can use the concatenation operator. Then again, for a repetition operator, let me copy these things and paste here. And basically what I'm doing, for example, if I want to repeat this tuple 3 times, so I'm doing tuple into 3, and if I want to do for 2 times, then tuple into 2. Let me remove these things not required. Let me run and show you. So this is how we can repeat the tuple with the help of the this asterisk, or we can say this repetition operator. Then again we have a membership operator, and let me tell you again what is the membership operator. So just like list only, the membership operator are used to check whether the given item present in the tuple or not. So for example, we have one tuple 1, 2, 3, and we want to check whether the 2 is present in this like in this tuple or not. So how we can do print in T or tuple. So if 1 is present in the tuple, it will return true. It's returning true. Let me check for the 10 and let me run. 10 is not present in this particular tuple, because of that only it is returning false. And we have one more, not in. So it's returning true because we know 10 not in tuple. So because of that only it's returning true. So this is how we can use the membership operator in the tuple also, just like list. Then again, identity operator. So identity operator, the same operator also supported by the list. And let me tell you again, like why we have to use the identity operator. So here, as per the definition only, you can see identity operator are used for the reference or address comparison of the reference variable. If both reference variable pointing to the same object, then it will return true, otherwise false. So with the help of this identity operator, we can compare the address of the reference variable. So I'm not going to again and again explain these things, because we know with the help of the ID operator, we can find the address of that particular variable. So I'm not going to explain again and again these things, because I have already explained in case of the list. This is the unique thing, like which is I forgot to explain during the list, like packing and unpacking. So this is also the same thing which is supported by the list, tuple, set and string. But in case of when I was explaining for the string and list, I was forgot. So in this particular video, I'm going to cover this point, like packing and unpacking. We will see what is a packing and unpacking. So packing is the nothing but grouping the distributed item into a single variable. So let's see what I'm trying to say. For example, you have A equals to 10, B equals to 20, C equals to 30. you have this three different variable, and I want to combine or group this three different variable into one variable. And when I'm going to print that particular one variable, it should print all this value of these three variables. So let me show you what I want to tell you. I'm doing t equals to taking one round bracket. You can take anything like round bracket, square bracket, curly bracket as per your requirement. So I'm taking one round bracket, then I'm doing a comma b comma c, and at last I'm doing print of t. Let me run. See, I'm printing only t, and with and if I'm printing the t, it's printing all the value 10, 20, 30. So what I have did, I have did this different distributed value. I have grouping. I'm doing grouping and assigning to one particular variable. And when I'm printing that particular variable, it's printing all the values. So this is nothing but the packing. So what is the unpacking? So vice versa. See, packing we have one thing, and second one is the unpacking. So what is the meaning of unpacking? Distribute the group of item into variables. So basically what I'm trying to say, simply copy this variable. Let me remove this entire things. We have this t equals to this, and each and every item which is present in the t1 I want to assign to different variable. For example, a, then comma b comma c comma d equals to t1. It means what I'm doing, all the values which is presented in the t I have assigned to different variable. And if I print a, it will print 10. See, like that. Let me copy this entire thing, and let me change this one, b, then c, and then d. Let me run. See, so this is the unpacking. So this is not that much useful, but might be chance in a real-time project you have some scenario where you want to do like that. So you have to keep in mind this functionality we have, which is packing and unpacking. And if you want these notes, so you can join my Telegram channel. I will mention the link of my Telegram channel in description box. So from there you can go and join my Telegram channel. I will share these notes in that particular group. So thank you so much for watching this video, and please like and subscribe my channel. Bye.